Okay, Finny. Okay, I'm just now getting to your response here, man. I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and read this for you. All right. I got a similar question a long time ago, but I'm gonna go ahead and do this again. Okay, so need help deciding college path. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see. All right, let me read this. Okay, so need help deciding college path. Now, there were a lot of vulgar words here. I'm gonna try to filter them out. I'm gonna try my best to filter them out. So, okay, so okay, let me tell you my current situation. I'm a freshman in college right now, having a blast, meeting a lot of people from around the country and around the world. Probably 1/4 of the campus are foreign exchange students. As of now, I am exploratory major, or university's way of saying undecided. But I have really been looking into doing international business in conjunction with some marketing. In particular, international business with an Eastern country. For languages I've studied so far, it's been a bunch of Spanish. But recently, I've been doing a lot of Japanese independent study, just to start learning what I consider one of the easier Eastern languages. I've been meaning to take Japanese classes next semester, next semester even. Our school offers a study abroad program for Japan, China, and India, for big Eastern countries. You might be thinking, sure, why not take Japan? But I am hesitant because they act so proper there all the time. One slip up in politeness could label myself to them as a typical ignorant American. Another reason why I'm hesitant is because, well, I know many of the kids that study abroad in Japan from America are weeaboos. Kids that watch anime all day long and wish they were born Japanese. Um, okay. And I don't want to be thought of as one of them back home, nor in Japan by the natives. A final point to look at is, while the country is run extremely efficiently, they're all dying off. So would it be good for business? China also interests me because their economy is booming, so business there would be a great idea, but the place is dirty. So as in India. Professor talked to, let's see, a professor I talked to who specialized in IB said if you're 50-50 for Japan and China, I would always recommend China. The guy also said, hands down, if you're going to the country, you might as well take up learning a language. The language, Chinese language, scares me with tones and sentence structure and characters. So what's your point? Should I go to Japan or China, or maybe possibly both? I think I'll get a culture shock either way. Also, do you recommend use any popular but pricey software learning programs such as Rosetta Stone or Rocket Languages for the language learning process? Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, it's good that yeah, you're a freshman, and it's good that you're on a campus where there are a lot of foreign exchange students. So this is really a good opportunity to take up a language. Now I know I have my own opinions about language learning in school, but I don't know. I know that you're a freshman and you need to choose a major, but I will have to, since you're in school and you're majoring, I guess I will have to say it's up to you. Mainly Chinese or Japanese. I don't know whichever one you like best, but if you I don't know, if you're looking at it from doing business, I guess Chinese will be better than Japanese. But if it was me, I would learn both languages. So I guess you can just choose Chinese as your major and just go on with that, and try to practice with take advantage of those exchange students there, because that's important. And yeah, that's very important when it comes to this language learning thing. I don't know. Well, I got a pretty good idea how they're going to be teaching in the university. Like I said, I have my own opinions about about the way they teach, but I would say go with Chinese. Go with Chinese. Um, let's see here, international languages. Yeah, yeah, like you, yeah, Japanese is strict when it comes to Japanese and Korean. They have these different these polite levels of speech, and you have to get those down because you can't really talk to people the way you want to talk to. You like Chinese is more direct. It's just like a more direct language. You don't have to worry about politeness and whatnot. But with Japanese and Korean, you have to be cautious of what you're saying. If it's older person and younger person, so that's what makes those two languages a bit more complicated than Chinese. I mean, they're still worth learning. They're fun to learn. It could be learned, but it's just that if you're not, it's going to be hard at first because you have to get used to um, you got to get used to changing the way you speak to different types of people. And Chinese isn't that bad. Chinese, the only thing that's scary about Chinese is the characters. That's it. Like the tones there, for English. Yeah, the tones they're pretty difficult for a native English speaker, but you get used to it after studying it. If you study it right, and you practice, you get used to it. So overall, I think Chinese will be, if I compare it to Japanese or Korean, I think Chinese will be easier to learn than those two languages because, as I explained to you, the polite levels of speech and the grammar is completely different. Chinese grammar is closer to English than Japanese and Korean. So, um, yeah, but the characters, that's the only thing that makes the language difficult. Uh, yeah, culture shock, you will be caught. Like, when I went to Taiwan, I wasn't culture shock. Like, it was different, but I don't know, it was like I felt that I was there. It was like I felt that I was there before. I've never traveled overseas before. Like, I've never been to China or Taiwan, but when I was there, I felt that I've been in that place before. It was crazy. It was just like it was a weird feeling. I wasn't culture shocked, but an average American, if like going over there, you will be culture shocked because it's a lot different from here. It's not the same. A lot different. A lot different. And I love it over there. I love it over there. The people and I just, man, it's amazing. I love it over there. I love it over there in Taiwan. I want to go to some other places. Uh, I want to go to some other places as well when I get a chance. But my experience in Taiwan was great. It was excellent. Now, yeah, you said it's something about being dirty. Yeah, it's like that. It's like that in a lot of places like India, or I've never been to India before, but I guess I can imagine it's dirty there, and in Vietnam, Southeast Asian countries, and China is dirty. But I don't really care because I'm just going over there. Like if you have an agenda, if you want to go over there studying language, I mean, it shouldn't matter if it's dirty or not. Who cares? I don't care if it's dirty. I love learning the language. I love being around the people. If it's dirty, it's dirty. I don't really care. I'm not going to choose Japan because some people say, oh, I want to go to Japan. I'd rather go to Japan than China because it's dirty in China. I mean, that's the stupid talk. It's if wherever if you have, I mean, it shouldn't matter. I don't really care how it is if it's dirty or not. So, yeah, that's true. You have some parts that's dirty, but hey, um, yeah. So, I can't really make this decision for you. I can't say you should go to China or you should go to Japan. It's up to you. But I can only recommend to start learning Chinese. I would learn Chinese. If it was me, I would start learning Chinese first, and then start learning those other languages. I mean, I can learn more than I can learn more than five. I can learn more than 10 languages at one time, but not everyone can do that. So I can't recommend you say just recommend you to. I could tell you to study Chinese and Japanese or Indian at the same time because it's not. It's as a if you've never studied languages before seriously, then it's going to be weird. You're not going to be able to handle all that. You have to be experienced with language learning. So I would just recommend you just if it was me, Chinese. I would choose Chinese. But yeah, I love study all languages. But you ask me, so I would say Chinese would be the best choice. And let's see, what else you have here. Oh, so recommend some popular prices software. Now I have strong opinions about Rosetta Stone and Rocket languages. Now I'm not saying that they're totally useless, but the way they portray those programs in the media, I think they're like overrated and is over exaggerated. I mean, you're not going to they get you hyped up telling you you're going to be this good in the language. I mean, I tell you right now, I had Rosetta Stone in the room right now. I mean, I know what I'm talking about. I have Rosetta Stone in the other room, and I'll tell you, I played with it. I have like, yeah, I have like 40, 50 languages on one CD, and I tell you, it's not what they make it out to be. Okay, you're gonna need a lot more than Rosetta Stone. I'll tell you that right now. If you're trying to be, it's not even going Rosetta Stone. I'll tell you this. I'll give you a an example here. Rosetta Stone, the material in Rosetta Stone, you will not leave. I don't even think there's enough to get you to a high beginner's level. Rosetta Stone, I've never used Rocket Language before, but I imagine it's pretty much the same as Rosetta Stone. They don't have enough content to get you past, not past, but they don't have enough content to get you to a high beginners. You won't reach high beginners, and that's a low level. High beginners, you're not going to get to that high beginners using the program. So I mean, you can try. I'm not telling you not to do it. It's up to you. That's your money. That's your decision. I'm just letting you know, telling you how my feeling, how I feel about it from my experience. And all the languages that I study, all the language I study, I didn't use Rosetta Stone. So I don't use Rosetta Stone to learn my languages. Now, Rosetta Stone is pretty good for vocabulary, but it's just not adequate enough to, it's not adequate to get you to a high level. And I don't like using resources in certain programs that's not going to get me, because I like when it goes into depth, like Teach Yourself. I love Teach Yourself. I've never used ICMeal before. I can't wait to start using it. So I can't really comment on that much, but Teach Yourself, I love Teach Yourself, because if you use Teach Yourself, you go through the whole book, that's guaranteed. If you use it right, you're going to get to at least an intermediate level by using Teach Yourself. That's guaranteed. And when you take a Teach Yourself book, you start from the beginning, and you know everything in that book, you're going to go to an intermediate level. Of course, if you do it right. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. And I hope that answers your question. And I hope I didn't miss anything. Yeah, so as a freshman, you should just go ahead and just try it. Just try it. Try Chinese out and see how you like it. And yeah, if you have any more questions regarding language learning or whatever, you need some advice, just let me know and I'll respond ASAP. Thanks for viewing the video.